And hello, everyone. It's FANzine Live. We are in the Phoenix Spotlight today, and this is Tom. I am here to share with you one of the few last books that I'm running up against in my Phoenix inventory, and eventually I will probably have to come up with something else to share on Saturdays. But right now, we have Heroes Now, The Heroes Return. And that is an homage cover by Tom Ahearn, and I believe David Tryzenski did the pencils on that. And it is intended to be a bit of an homage, and that's my original copy of Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, not the first printing, so there's no need to encase it in anything significant. But you can see I kind of tried to go for. I did the work on the lightning, and Tom worked on the image, but you can see we kind of had some fun with that, matching up fonts and the like. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's the fun stuff on the front. Let's look at the back. Got a beautiful Keith Newsome accelerator image. Love the speed lines, love the I don't know what's the right word, almost a manga style action line look, and again, beautiful colors all along. Love those color covers. Okay, so going inside, you can see we've got ourselves another Keith piece, this one being of the Phoenix Heroes. I like how he did hologram basically as an homage, if you will, to Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. That's really sharp. A little bit of information about this. Then we jump straight into the Patriots. We are in our last issue of the 4-part Patriots saga. We have met our characters, our new characters. We've met Parkour and Fuse. They have made it to Syria to try to recover Dr. Amber Garcia, and she has no desire to leave. And so we're going to get into that, and you can see that she has found herself a friend of sorts. And yeah, so they have to find their way back out. They make it out. They get in the plane, and they discover they now have time. Actually, I should not say discover, but they have time to figure out what exactly did they see down there in the basement of the facility at the crater in Syria. And what it ended up being was the comet, as they call it, Oumuamua. I just massacred that. Was not a traditional comet. And this is actually a real thing. I, of course, played on it and turned it into a fictional piece, but this was a real comet, and it did not have it had interstellar origin, did not have the makeup of a traditional comet. And that is true. And so what I thought was, what if the conjecture that it was an extraterrestrial object? What if that was indeed true? And so I suggested that maybe it launched something at Earth. She's, of course, at her lab. We discover that tiny object landed, and the crash site, of course, is in Syria. And then she discovers an alien object. And that is the same alien object that we saw back at the beginning. So we go through how it all came to be, and then what happened to her, and how she was really interested in communicating and actually really did make contact with this creature. And you can see there were some funny bits, and there were some really emotional ties that were built. But then right as they are on the way out, what was coming on the way in, and it was a missile, and it blasted that crater and the area surrounding it to bits. What have you done? And then the question is the end, but something happened. So we have finished the extraction of Dr. Garcia. We've introduced our characters, and we have left the story open going forward. Never really thought that this was going to go from being a war book to a science fiction book, or excuse me, a war story to a science fiction story, but that's the nature of hero stories. You just kind of go where they take you. Then we have some pinups. Terry Flippo did this for me a while back. Terry, of course, being a mail carrier, so you can see he had some fun with Patriot and Jeff delivering the mail in their own inimitable style. The Classic Phoenix Heroes by George Lane III. George did this just out of the goodness of his heart, and he is a devotee of the Kirby style, and so you can see the Phoenix characters all kind of being done with that beautiful Kirby style. Bob Hall is in the Hero Gallery. Bob did, among other things, many other things, he did the Squadron Supreme miniseries, the original one from '85. One of my favorite miniseries ever. It basically it's been called Marvel's version of Watchmen, and there's probably something to that. But anyway, he did the 5 core Phoenix characters in his own style, which was really neat. Then we had an extra pinup of the light and the highlights, as well as the baddies, by Rob Cooley. And that was from he did this on the back end of the Christmas story that was in issue 3. That was pretty cool. And then we started the official guide to the Phoenix universe. And these are kind of the who's who or Marvel Universe style information sheets on the different characters. And so I'm getting it started. This is all of the pinups are done by Keith Newsome. And as you can see, we've got personal data, history, and then powers and skills. And there's parkour. So we had Jeff and parkour. Fuse. You should see these things in color, kids. It's really nice. And hologram. Pretty nifty. And then we just wrap it up. So we've got the information on Phoenix, information on our hero books that are available. You can always get them at Amazon, but they also are available digitally at our Gumroad store. And then the UFO checklist. And then Amazon decided to put in a couple blank sheets of paper because that's what Amazon does. Heroes Now, The Heroes Return. Issue number 4. It was a fun book. Issue 5 is in the works. It should be coming out hopefully before the end of the year. It's going to be a big one. Got about 3 stories in there. Probably need to put together some more Phoenix Universe stuff. It's going to be a good, fun book. So that's this one, though. And if you get all 4 of the Heroes Now issues, you actually do get the entire Patriots story in addition to the one-shot stories that are in the other issues. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. And information on how to order, of course, will be in the show notes. And I will catch you next time.